This is Dawn Compton. I'm the pastor at Main Street United Methodist Church, and I'm here today to bring you our weekly Wednesday Word. I'm back, friends. I'm back in the sanctuary. I'm back at the church and working this week. I'm not full steam yet, but I'm getting there. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been praying for me and just been concerned about me, and all of the wishes that you've sent my way, and the cards and the food and the goodies, the flowers, everything that you sent. Thank you so much for all of that. It's definitely helped my healing. I know that I have been surrounded by love. And I appreciate that. But I am back, and I will be here this Sunday as we begin our new worship series, #BUMC. So we're going to be looking at some scriptures and getting some guidance from Scripture about how that has guided the United Methodist Church, and then how we can live our faith, particularly as United Methodist, and look a little bit at that. So I hope you will be a part of these worship services. If you are still learning or don't know a whole lot about United Methodism, we're going to get into some of that during our worship series. It's not going to be a confirmation class. We're going to go over lots of detail of it. But if anything that we cover elicits questions or concerns, or you just want to know a little bit more about United Methodism, please, anytime, feel free to reach out to me and share those questions, and I would love to have that conversation with you about what it means to be United Methodist. What I have seen in my recovery was how much this church is living our mission of serving God and serving people. To see how you are doing that in so many different ways, particularly how you cared for me, but also then to see what has happened during the 3 worship services that I wasn't here, and how just wonderful and powerful all 3 of those services were in very different ways. That's wonderful to read the Friday notes and to see what everyone's been up to, and how this community has continued to work and just live your faith in so many different ways. And I'm so grateful to be part of a congregation that is doing that. So I want to lift up a couple more things of ways that we can live our faith, that we can live into our mission of serving God and serving people, as that's our particular mission here at Main Street, but that's part of the overall mission of the United Methodist Church, is to make disciples of Jesus Christ for the transformation of the world. That's our mission, and that's what we are doing here at Main Street. So 2 things. First, I want to lift up, we're going to start something new this Sunday. It is called Second Sunday Cinema, and we are going to be looking at different movies, watching them together on the top floor of our educational building in our theater room. So if you've not been there yet, you are invited to come and be a part of that. We're going to be watching different movies. Some of them are going to be specifically maybe, having the scripture come to life. Some of them are going to be more modern movies in which we're looking at how people were putting their faith into action, some social justice issues, different kinds of things, challenging us in how we are living our faith and what that might look like, and how we understand Scripture, and how that was interpreted on the screen, and how maybe we interpret it differently or understand it differently, and talk a little bit about some of those kinds of things. So I'm excited about this new area of ministry. I will say that most of these movies, they're not necessarily going to be something that children would enjoy. They are mostly going to be movies that were created and crafted for adults to understand. So I throw that out just to make sure, if you were thinking about coming, that know that these are going to be some adult content, kinds of things for us to have our discussions around. We will sometimes use that theater room to have movies particularly for children and their families, and we'll make sure we advertise that as well. The first movie that we are going to be using in the Second Sunday Cinema series is 1946, the mistranslation that changed the world. And it's going to be looking at what happened in 1946, and as a new translation of Scripture was being created and crafted and envisioned and embodied, what happened in that, and how that then has changed the direction of churches since then with a specific understanding of Scripture. So I invite you to be a part of that, to come and do that. That's going to be Sunday at 6 p.m. is when the movie will start. So I invite you to be a part of that, to come and watch this movie and join in that conversation. Then I also want to lift up Vacation Bible School. Vacation Bible School has always just been so much fun for me. It was great when I went as a child and participated as a youth worker there, but as an adult, just to see the children enjoying themselves, learning the faith, learning what that means, and just having a wonderful time being the church, and to see all of the many, many adults who work really hard to make Vacation Bible School happen. We have created, thank you to a small group of people that have worked really hard to create our own Vacation Bible School theme this year. And I'm really excited. It's about Elijah to Elisha. So we're going to be looking specifically at those, that part of the Old Testament, and how those prophets and the people they were calling and working with lived their faith. Vacation Bible School starts on Sunday, June 23rd. It goes through Thursday, June 27th. Each evening it begins at 6 p.m. and goes until 8 p.m. So if you've not volunteered for Vacation Bible School, but you're like, well, I know it takes a lot of hands to get that done, let me see what I can do, please reach out and to the church office and just say, hey, what else needs to be done? How can I help with Vacation Bible School? There may be some particular areas that use your gifts and graces. It doesn't always have to be working on the front lines with the children. But if you're called to that, that's great too. The other is make sure that you invite your friends and your neighbors and any of the children that you know that might be interested and want to participate. We want to be able to reach as many children and their families as possible with our Vacation Bible School, to let them know that they are welcomed here at Main Street, that they are loved here at Main Street, that they experience God's grace and God's mercy and God's presence during our Vacation Bible School this summer. So please get the word out about that. Let people know about what's happening with Main Street and our Vacation Bible School on June 23rd through the 27th. Friends, I hope you have a great rest of the week. I so look forward to worshiping with you this Sunday in person at 10:30, or worshiping with you online. God bless.